We do start with breaking news right now. A major drug bust at the Nashville International Airport after police say a guy tried to smuggle 25 pounds of pot through the city. Alexandra Cohen is at the airport this morning. And where did agents find this bag of marijuana? And Alexandra?
Steve, Hannibal is being held on $30,000 bond after airport people found that bag with 25 pounds of pot at the Southwest office. All of this happening yesterday around 5. Originally, it was called in as an explosive hit, but tested negative once dogs sniffed it out. A phone number was attached to the bag, and police arrested Hannibal Muhammad for possession with intent to deliver. A passenger we just had a chat with says he's not checking a bag because he's concerned about where the pot came from. Muhammad was apparently traveling to or from Phoenix, Arizona. We're still continuing to try and get information as well as his mugshot. We'll bring that to you as soon as we get that information. Reporting live at BNA, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.
All right, Alexandra, thank you. And right now, police are trying to track down a burglar responsible for a smash and grab at a cell phone store in South Nashville. Someone broke the window at the Metro PCS on Lafayette Street overnight, and officers found blood at the scene, probably from that broken glass. The thief made off with cash and the computer that held the surveillance camera footage. That's going to make it tough for the police to find who's responsible. If you know anything about this, call Crime Stoppers at 615-74-CRIME.
A man has died after a wreck on an interstate entrance ramp. Matthew Torres is near that scene in Bellevue for us this morning. So, Matthew, obviously it's an unfortunate situation. What do we know about what happened?
Amy, good morning. Well, as you can see behind me, traffic is moving along here at the entrance ramp off of Old Hickory Boulevard and I-40 in Bellevue, but certainly not the case even hours ago when police had to block this ramp as they continued the investigation after one man died after this accident. It all took place just before 11 o'clock last night. Metro Police telling me this morning that the driver was traveling on the eastbound lanes of I-40, somehow lost control, veered off the road, and then crashed right onto the on-ramp. Is actually, I don't know if you see from the video, there is where kind of a ditch in between the interstate and the on-ramp, and that's where the car landed on its side. That driver was taken to Vanderbilt, where he later died. Now, of course, this is still under investigation. Really, the causes into what led this accident, that is still unknown this morning. The victim's name has not yet been released, pending next of kin. But as soon as we get his name, of course, we'll have that update on air and online. Reporting live in Bellevue, Matthew Torres, News Channel 5.
Thank you, Matthew. And I-24 is back open in Rutherford County after a semi-wreck shut down the interstate for hours. Crews had to use chainsaws to cut the tractor-trailer apart after it jackknifed near the exit for Highway 231 in Murfreesboro. 3 cars were also involved in the wreck, but thankfully no one was hurt.
All right, and Metro Police now investigating a weekend murder. Jonathan Hudspeth is facing criminal charges after police say he confessed to shooting his sister's boyfriend. Jacquard Evans died early yesterday morning on Capitol Point near 14th Avenue North. Police say that Evans and his girlfriend were fighting. It turned physical. Investigators say Hudspeth told them that he shot Evans when he saw him trip his sister. Happening today, Erin Andrews' trial resumes. It's day 5, and possibly she, the well-known sports reporter and anchor, might take the stand. The jury will determine if the company that operated the Nashville Marriott back in 2008 should pay $75 million for allowing Erin Andrews' stalker, who has pleaded guilty to stalking her, book a room right next to hers, enabling him to somehow manage to hook up a peephole between his room and hers and take video of her changing clothes, video that's been viewed 17 million times, according to experts.
And Super Tuesday, less than 24 hours away, and poll workers are already getting ready. Precinct officers from all 160 polling sites here in Davidson County picked up equipment and supplies yesterday. Voting machines will be delivered early tomorrow. Elections officials are expecting a big turnout, so be sure to give yourself plenty of time to cast your ballot.
And it is crunch time for those candidates as they make their final push before the primary. Democratic frontrunner Hillary Clinton made a campaign stop here in Nashville yesterday. She swung by Fido, that's that well-known coffee shop in Hillsborough Village, snagged some selfies there with everyone, and then she headed over to Meharry Medical Center and spoke to a packed crowd there. Meantime, Republican hopeful Marco Rubio picked up a big Tennessee endorsement from fellow U.S. Senator Lamar Alexander over the weekend. Governor Bill Haslam has already thrown his support behind Rubio and has ads on TV already touting the Florida senator. News Channel 5 will have complete coverage of the Super Tuesday primary beginning at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then, of course, you can flip over to the Plus as the polls close at 7 o'clock for a look at the results. We'll have expert analysis and all of the numbers for you and a complete wrap-up on News Channel 5 at 10.
Hollywood honored the best and brightest at the 88th Annual Academy Awards last night. Mad Max took home the most golden statuettes, but it was Leonardo DiCaprio that stole the show, getting his first ever Oscar after 5 other attempts. We'll have a full wrap of the big winners and some memorable moments coming up for you about 7:45 this morning.